So I've been away damn near 2 weeks, and I'd like to tell you I was on holiday in the Bahamas just soaking it all in, but no, a man's been ill, really ill. I mean, I lost my voice. It was painful to even eat or drink. Can't say if it was a really bad cold or if it was the dreaded COVID, which I've had twice already, and a man is still here. Back to bring you the news, and what juicy news it is. And by juicy, I'm talking drip mode. Sony's new PlayStation 5, plus those essential details, and a new Silent Hill game may have just been teased by Konami, which is a pretty good place to start, I think. Good old Konami. Recently, pachinko machine chasing, one-time legends within the computer and video games industry, dating back as far as the early 80s, to my memory. Well, I've teased a Silent Hill game quite a few times, which on this channel and on social medias, and I teased that it would eventually arrive on PlayStation shores, due to the rumors that were going around. Many other outlets have reported on the same, but as always, it takes something official to get the pixel pot stirring going, and Konami have you covered on that. Well, sort of. You see, here's the thing. Sourced via the wonderful gamesradar.com. Links can be found in the video's description. A new Silent Hill game has been rated in Korea. The short message could be a new teaser. A new Silent Hill title has been rated in Korea. At first reported by Gamatsu, Silent Hill, the short message, has been rated in Korea by the country's national ratings board, and the game's publishers might be listed as Uniana. Never heard of them, but as Gamatsu points out, this company regularly published Konami-developed games in Korea, including eFootball. Now, the new rating for Silent Hill, the short message, doesn't give away anything about the new project itself, but there aren't really any plot details or gameplay or even content warnings with the new rating, such as any use of violence, gore, or swearing. It's not hard to imagine a new Silent Hill game coming out with, any of the aforementioned content warnings not listed. But saying that, the short message immediately conjures thoughts of a teaser, which is undoubtedly the hot topic of speculation doing the rounds on social media and forum sites right now. Some users are convinced the short message could be a prelude to bigger things for the Silent Hill franchise, possibly used to announce a teaser further down the line featuring other projects. Maybe they want to revive this particular IP. Now, it's not hard to draw parallels between PT and what the short message could well end up being. Now, the Hideo Kojima-led teaser was used to formally announce Silent Hills to the world, and although the new horror game would unfortunately meet its untimely demise soon after the teaser first launched, we all know of the documented, overly reported thing between Konami and Kojima unceremoniously leaving the company. We can only hope, though, for better things for Silent Hill now, several years on. Now, a report earlier this year in May claimed multiple Silent Hill projects were in the works, including a full remake of Silent Hill 2 and an entirely new game by Team Blooper. Just a few days ago, images from what reportedly was the latter project leaked online and were seemingly verified by an actor as a Silent Hill game. Whatever the future of Silent Hill, though, there surely can't be too long a wait until we find out what's in store. Interesting. But it isn't really anything new. It's just nice to have the confirmation that there is some Silent Hill movement going on, which I suppose is the least you could ask for. Okay, so moving on to this new PS5 updated model. Sony's updated PlayStation 5 console comes with a 6nm AMD Oberon Plus system on chip. Offers lower temperatures and consumes much lower power. So Sony recently did a soft refresh of its PS5 console with a new variant known as the CF11202 that really offers a lower temperature and power input, but the new console is lighter, runs cooler, and consumes lower power, and this is all thanks to the refreshed AMD Oberon Plus system on chip SoC, hailing the TSMC 6nm process node. Now, this might sound like gobbledygook and gibberish to some of you, but it's just the process of, I'm not going to pretend I know either, but that's all you need to know, really. So Sony's PS5 CFI 1202 console variant featured an enhanced 6nm AMD Oberon Plus SoC with reduced die size, which obviously makes it a lower power consumer and cooler operator. Like Sade said, smooth, cool operator. No, she didn't say the cool part. But in a recent teardown video published by Austin Evans, popular YouTuber, the tech YouTuber noticed that the Sony PS5 console was shipping in a new variant that is lighter, cooler, and less power hungry. This new, more efficient PS5 variant is labeled as the CF1-1202 as mentioned, and we can now get to the bottom of why it is so much better than Sony's original PS5 variants CF1000 and CF1001. So the tech outlet, Angstronomics, has confirmed in their exclusive that the Sony PS5 comes with an enhanced AMD Oberon SoC known as the Oberon Plus, which utilizes the TSMC N6 process, that's 6nm. Now TSMC, a bit of a tongue twister all this, has made it so that their 7nm process mode can design rule compatible with the 6nm EUV. This allows TSMC partners to easily port existing 7nm chips to the 6nm node without running into any major complexities. Now the N6 process node offers an 18.8% transistor density increase and also reduces power consumption, which in return reduces temperatures. This is why the new PS5 consoles are lighter, feature a smaller heatsink, because it's not really needed to have a giant heatsink compared to the launch variants at least. Now there's another advantage of moving to 6nm, and that's the number of chips that can be produced on a single wafer, and the outlet reports that each Oberon Plus SoC wafer can produce around 20% more chips at the same cost. But will that saving be passed on to us? Hell no. What this means though is that without affecting their cost, but our cost, not their cost, our cost, Sony can offer more Oberon Plus chips to be used in the PS5, and that can further reduce shortages, a good thing, shortages in the market that the current gen consoles have faced. Microsoft solved their problem. They are out there in abundance. So the outlet also reports that aside from affecting Sony's cost, Sony can offer more Oberon Plus chips to be used in PS5, reducing those shortages, as I say, to current gen, and also reported that the TSMC will phase out 7nm Oberon SoCs in the future and move entirely to the 6nm process, which will result in 50% more chips being made per wafer. Microsoft is also expected to utilize the 6nm process node for its refreshed AddOn system on chip SoC in the future for its Xbox Series X consoles. Availability is the most important thing, really. If they can make more so other people who really want a PS5 can get their hands on it, I'm all for that. But I do feel a bit, like the fish is off when you hear things like, oh, they can produce more at no extra cost or the same cost, and essentially saving money, because if you're making more chips at the same cost, you're spending less money than you did trying to make more chips. The yields are better with this one as well, but there's no break in terms of your financial consumer responsibility. No. And don't get me wrong, you're not responsible. You don't have to buy the damn thing. But I'm just saying, pass the cost on to the consumer. Though there is another factor that Sony may add an add-on disk drive, Blu-ray disk drive. In other words, no PlayStation 5. This is the rumor. No PS5 will ship with a disk drive. You will be able to buy an add-on disk drive, meaning an extra purchase may be required. Yes, on top of that extra controller and a couple of new games, you may also have to consider purchasing a separately sold, hopefully bundled, at the very least. But yes, you may be able to buy a PS5 and stick a add-on Blu-ray drive if you're not prepared to give up total control and go all digital. Now, I guess a benefit would be if you already own a digital edition PS5 and perhaps you want to buy some games that are much cheaper than on the PlayStation Store. Perhaps you can add a drive on later, and for existing out of warranty standard Blu-ray enabled PS5s, you could easily replace a faulty drive with this proposed add-on, or should I say rumored Blu-ray disc drive add-on. Smells a bit like that failed Xbox 360 HD DVD thingy. The only difference is Blu-ray didn't fail. Interesting times if it actually happens, though. We'll keep an eye on that one, but I'm not so sure. As long as the price differentials aren't too out of sync. Because remember, they are taking something away from the disc version. And if they had to charge the same that they would for a disc-enabled system, then you still have to buy an add-on disc drive, then that's obviously not consumer-friendly. But yeah, there's also that to consider. Hope you enjoyed today's news. I'm feeling much better, thank you. And what say you? Let's continue the discussion cordially in the comments. Go ahead, sound off, share your thoughts and opinion on today's news. So that brings us to the end of the video, but subscribe for more gaming news, rumor, and speculation. Hit the like button and yes, hit the notification bell so we don't miss each other. And you can help Foxy Games UK reach more gamers, so feel free to share the video. You may also want to consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon because, well, we're like family now, and thank you. You can find a link in the video description, but that concludes our time together on this Monday. It's good to be back on the saddle. Thanks for hanging out with me and your patience. Until next time, play games, not corporations.